Heyo, and what is up, wrestling fans? Thank you so much for checking out Sledgehammer TV today. It is Saturday, February the 17th, 2018, and we are here to talk about the NWA for the first time in a long time, because they haven't been making any news, but they had a very interesting show this past weekend, and we are going to talk about it right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby. Say it with me, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. So let's do it.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me once again here today. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is my trusty companion, my loyal tag team partner, and the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. And we are here, like I said, to talk about the National Wrestling Alliance. Check it out. I know it's been a while, but they really have not done anything noteworthy since they've launched at the end of last year. But, not that this is such a tremendous story, I just thought that this was a great way to show you guys how stupid the WWE is by highlighting this small little video that was given to us over the weekend by the National Wrestling Alliance. Let me pull up my notes here so that I don't go off track too much, and let's get the official story underway, as the National Wrestling Alliance has uploaded a video on YouTube of former WWE superstar James Ellsworth. Yes, stay with me. Do not click away because we're talking about the Chinless Wonder, because this is very interesting. James Ellsworth was challenging the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis at this past Sunday's Championship Wrestling from Hollywood event. James Ellsworth is the first challenger for the 10 pounds of gold during this first time ever crusade by the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. The Aldis Crusade with 10 pounds of gold, which is an open challenge for the NWA Championship. To qualify, you must either have beaten or been at one time a world champion during your career. James Ellsworth does unfortunately have victories in the WWE over AJ Styles during his first run as the WWE champion. Although they were technicalities and in non-title situations, this particular scenario does make him eligible for this chance at the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. I couldn't believe it either when I was reading all of this, and when I seen the video, it was pretty interesting. He is, James Ellsworth, the first of 20 men who have already signed up to challenge for the NWA title during Aldis' Crusade, which is being said to span over 4 continents right now. So it'll be interesting. The NWA's got an interesting thing going on with this open challenge for the world title. I love the rules set up behind it, that you could be a former world champion anywhere in the world. If you've ever beaten somebody who's been a world champion, you are eligible to compete for our world championship. It's great. It's setting the bar pretty low with James Ellsworth being the first, but I'm pretty sure this line of competitors is going to increase in value and increase in strength, and something more that you are going to want to see. It's just, listen, this was not the best match in the world, but it also was not the worst match. But what it clearly shows, like I said at the beginning, is how stupid the WWE is. That they just took this guy who has some sort of appeal to the crowd. The minute James Ellsworth took to the ring and was brought up against Braun Strowman over a year ago, he was almost instantly a superstar just based off of how unlikely it was that he was going to even stand a chance in the ring. The WWE was smart in the beginning, and they used that to their advantage, and they played it, and James Ellsworth was starting to get over. But in true WWE fashion, this was not in the plans. They did not want James Ellsworth to be a star. They didn't want Daniel Bryan to be a star. What makes you think they would want James Ellsworth to be a star? So they dropped the whole thing. They made him a part of the women's division on SmackDown and eventually ended up making him a dog. Where you have somebody that can go out there and challenge for a World Heavyweight Championship in another promotion somewhere else in the world and have the crowd behind him. Just based off of his little blip in the radar career in the WWE, it's made him an attraction, even more so than he may have already been, just based off of his persona. James Ellsworth was an absolute missed opportunity. They should have played up that underdog can't win thing for as much as they could. You sign the guy for a year, you might as well use him, and you might as well use him to your advantage and make as much money off of him as you can. And the best way you could do that is make him the perennial underdog. Make him not win all year long. You don't have to show him on TV every single week, but every once in a while, James Ellsworth is going to get another shot to prove that any man with two hands stands a fighting chance. Just like he got here at the NWA Championship during the Aldis Crusade. That should have been his shtick, and he could have lost and come close to winning so many times, but just not being able to win it no matter who the opponent was. Lead that up into some sort of an angle that at the Royal Rumble, maybe he's in the Royal Rumble the longest, maybe he starts number 1, he ends up in maybe the final 6, and James Ellsworth still can't win the big one, and he ends up in some sort of a feud following that you build it up to WrestleMania where he finally gets his first win. James Ellsworth, after a year of trying, the crowd would be behind this kid so much more than they already were, but instead, you made him a joke. Here at the NWA, they understand what they have, they understand what they're bringing to the table. And they have somebody with name value. He may not be that valuable to most of us. Nobody's clamoring at the bit to see James Ellsworth. But in a surprise capacity, when you see this, just like it did to me, you're like, wow, I need to see this now. James Ellsworth is challenging for a world championship in the NWA. How much of a joke is this? I thought it was going to be. But then when I watched it, it made sense. I like the packaging of the NWA on YouTube. This particular show was very good to me. It wasn't a 5-star match. Don't get me wrong. But Aldis as champion. Nick Aldis, by the way, if you don't know who he is, he's also known as Magnus from TNA, and he is Mickie James' current husband and father of her children. So he has ties to the WWE as well, and not that that really matters, just thought I'd bring that to your attention because I keep talking about Nick Aldis, and you might not know who he is, but maybe you know who he was as Magnus, or maybe you just know who he is via social media as being attached to Mickie James. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. But the match in itself pretty much played to Ellsworth's strengths. He was playing duck and move, trying to stay away from the champ at the beginning. He knew he was outmatched. He was trying to use his speed. He got some good spots in there. The kid looks solid in the ring. He definitely had some ring rust because he hasn't been allowed to wrestle in God knows how long. And he looked like he was being a little bit predictive with some of his moves that you could kind of see what was coming. But I'm not expecting 5 stars. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to expect, and I ended up enjoying this show. It's 20 minutes of your life that you will not regret, and I suggest you go check it out. I'd suggest you check it out. I think there's big things to come in the future for the NWA. Ever since Billy Corgan took over, I've been waiting for something to happen. You know, they've been making their presence known, they've been launching the YouTube channel and all this stuff, but there's nothing that really gained or garnered my interest yet. Sadly, it was James Ellsworth that brought me to actually get my eyes on what they're doing in the NWA right now, and it's just making me feel like, you know what, maybe I do need this. Maybe I need more stuff like this, because you know what we've been getting at the WWE, and it's absolutely atrocious. The road to WrestleMania's got so many plot holes in it and bumps in the road already that I don't know where we're going to even end up. You know, we talked about it on this show on Tuesday night, and before that Dolph Ziggler coming back for no reason, and being given a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity here in the WWE, why didn't he pack up his bags and show up in this NWA thing? I think that would have been more well worth his time. But no, he signs on to the WWE $1.5 million. To what? To go sit and eat in catering? To sit in the back and pretend that they give a shit about you? They only paid you to keep you from pulling a Cody Rhodes and going off and throwing a big-ass pie in their face, making them look like the idiots that they are up there in Stamford. The NWA is off to a slow start, but it has been a good start. Yes, we're talking about James Ellsworth here, but this is how James Ellsworth should have been used. The man has talent, he has marketability, and he has this weird ability to connect to the audience. The small crowd at this Hollywood event was into Ellsworth. It made it feel like he mattered again. It's like all the sins were forgiven. And he had a great t-shirt, and it says, "Ellsworth jobbed for our sins." I thought that was pretty tongue-in-cheek. You know what he's talking about. He did all of that for the good of pro wrestling, just to get his name into the WWE. He did it for all of us. He took the sacrifice for all of us, apparently. He did it for our wrestling sins. Not that it did us any good, because we are still being punished by the WWE on a daily basis. But, like I said, we're off to a slow start in the NWA, but it definitely looks to be on an upward swing. The music on the entrances was fantastic. It has a very, I don't want to say ECW. It has like a WCW Saturday night type of a feel to it. It's a small, intimate venue. They got the lights and the smoke and the stage. And the performances of everybody involved was fantastic. This was actually set up for Nick Aldis to be an easy night by his manager, Austin Idol. But that would not prove to be the case, as James Ellsworth definitely gave him a little bit of a push and didn't make it so easy for him to win. This match ended a lot quicker than I thought it would have, but it was a fun match to watch nonetheless. And it concluded with the announcement of who the next opponent will be for Nick Aldis in his crusade with the 10 pounds of gold, and it is going to be Colt Cabana. So if you're a big Colt Cabana guy, keep your eyes on the National Wrestling Alliance, because he is going to get a shot at their World Heavyweight Champion, and it's going to be a great match. Like I said, we started off with a guy like Ellsworth, and we're going right next to one of the biggest indie darlings of all time, CM Punk's best buddy, Colt Cabana. Going to be a fantastic match. I've also heard Tommy Dreamer to be rumored to be one of the opponents. There's a lot of rumors going around on who's coming down the line for Aldis to take on, but it's going to be very interesting to see. Make sure you guys go check it out. I will try to leave a link to that video itself in the description below. While you are down in the description, check out Clutch Chairs, because they're always there if you want to check out some good looking chairs, some good looking wrestling merch. Maybe you're in the market for some new desks or some new computers, chairs, and you want one that's going to help you back. You want one that's going to make you feel good. It's going to fix whatever the stress of your day has brought on, and Clutch Chairs has got you covered. You can pick your favorite WWE Superstars chair, and they are absolutely beautiful. Just go check it out. Click the link. Take a look. If you don't feel like buying, click away. Just one of the best ways you can support this show. But the absolute best way to support this show is to become a part of the Sledgehammer Club right now by hitting that subscribe button. Join the show, join the movement today. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, so that every single time a video just like this one drops, you will be notified in your pocket, on your desktop, on your smart TV, wherever it is that you get your eyes on this show. It will let you know so that you do not miss a thing. And then after you do that, make sure you drop kick that thumbs up button right in the mouth. Make sure you hit it so hard that I can feel it. Let the world know that it's okay over here that hits thumbs up at Sledgehammer TV, and then share this video with all your wrestling buddies, anybody that you think would enjoy some good wrestling conversation and to become part of a very, very knowledgeable and fantastic community of wrestling fans that is growing stronger and stronger by the day as we are on the march to 1K. It is almost insurmountable at this point, but we are going to do it because I have faith in you. You guys make the difference. I love my fans. My fans, you guys love me. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed today's episode, what you want to hear me talk about coming up into the future, and we will get everything going as soon as possible to bring you guys the absolute best content that you will find in the YouTube wrestling community. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is Blue the Snowball Microphone, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV, only on YouTube.com. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Dig it. Click.